Ay, ay, ay. Where is it? Let me see. I'm just going to find like any. I want to find any fucking oh yeah. Okay. Hold on.
People want you to explain, and I've seen a lot of people try to explain this because I'm confused by it. What is the difference between a leftist and a liberal?
Here is me explaining to Ethan Klein. Here is me explaining to Ethan Klein the difference between liberalism and leftists. Okay? I mean, these distinctions are silly, but
That's what I think. Okay, thank you. Moving on.
But for overall, like a liberal is, I mean, there's a fundamental difference between liberals and leftists, I guess.
Am I lib?
It's arbitrary. So it's, you know, it's made up concept. But if you were to put boundaries on it, it would be like being anti-capitalist versus being pro-capitalist. But I also consider social democrats who are capitalist to, at the very least in the Western world, be a part of the entry point into leftist politics.
So wait, why can't I be a lib and be cool?
Liberalism is a political ideology, literally revolves around the defense of private property that was created through enclosures, property that needs to be defended with the threat of violence from the state, and leftists don't really care about private property. You can have personal property. You can have a home. Obviously, no one's like saying you shouldn't be able to have your own home, your own toothbrush or anything like that, or your car. But the defensive private property that you purchase, capital.
You're not.
That accumulates on its own.
You're not in favor of private property?
I think that society would be better off if people had personal property, like a home, a nice home, a mansion, a castle, if you want to fucking live in one. Who cares?
Difference?
Versus, capital accumulation. So the difference between private and personal property is like this. A home that you live inside of, that, you know, you bought for your family or whatever, is personal property. A home that you purchase specifically with the interest of like renting it out to other people, so that it's like investments that will accumulate value for you without you even touching it, really. That's private property.
So who builds like office spaces?
Good afternoon, Twitter. I'm spending my Friday night in the affluent Bay Area suburb of Millbrae.
Oh, this is why I hate liberals. A video from a year ago titled, "This is why I hate liberals." Let's take a look.
Presenting a plan to turn a hotel into 100 homes for unhoused residents. It appears that the entire city is here and they are pissed. What the f? Do you just want homeless? Like, at this point, you just want homeless people. You're like, no, you don't get it. The city's culture and seasoning is only uplifted by homeless people living on the streets. This thread is going to get you hot, just warning you. Some background on Millbrae. It's home to SFO and has, like many cities in San Mateo County, a very high median household income, $141K a year specifically. Also, like many other cities in San Mateo County, they've built very little housing in the last decade. County Executive Mike Callaghy is doing yeoman's work right now, trying to explain functional zero and how our lack of affordable...
This exact clip was in the
hate
Nuke
liberals, dude. I do. I hate them. I hate
General election 2019. Sir John Major and Tony Blair urge public not to vote for the parties they once led.
them so viciously.
Yeah, they're telling people not to vote. They're telling people not to vote Labor.
I hate them so much. Just no matter where you go. It's just like Barack Obama if Bernie Sanders becomes the nominee. Like, straight up said he would spoil it. He would have to Whoa, my God.
Okay, I'm a little jumpy right now. I don't know why. It's just something fell. It's embarrassing. I don't want to say. No, not a dildo. It's more embarrassing than that. Yeah, I say I hate the left as well. What is it, neoliberal as opposed to a liberal? Okay, anyway, there are a million different times where I've said this, and it's always liberals engaging in right-wing behavior. This is ironically a moment where I'm wearing a Sam Cedar shirt, by the way, if you noticed. I'm wearing a Pause It Sam Cedar merch.
How painful is it for you to turn against the Republican Party?
Yikes! This is why neoliberals are just as fucking filthy and stupid as the same vulturous, immoral Republicans that they interview, okay? I hate this. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why do you extend a crumb of relevance to these fucking sickos, dude? I hate centrists. I actually hate centrists so much. Oh, how devastating was it when the Republican Party did not want to use you because Trump had his own style and his own consultants, so they didn't want to use you. So
we are still watching the puke. I'm just giving you additional context as to why I'm like saying I hate liberals. It's me yelling about liberals and how much they love right-wingers, how much they find themselves in the throes of right-wing sentiment, how much they desperately want to get love back from right-wingers. That is the point. This fucking dumbass is making it seem as though I'm saying I hate liberals because there I'm easy to dupe. I feel like liberals are so easy to fucking dupe and manipulate.
This man sit next to me for 2 years and pretend to be my friend?
dude, liberals are a burden on this planet, dude.
Liberals are the most like scummy, vile fucking idiots. Liberals are incredibly stupid. I hate these petulant liberals, dumb fucking liberals.
What else is someone this sociopathic?
Oh my God, he's so fucking stupid. And we reached 150,000. I'm adding more to the fucking. I'm adding more. We're doing more. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna raise even more. We're gonna raise I'm gonna fucking put it up to 200,000 now. Okay, we've done it. We done did it. God damn. Sean the Black with a hundo. Thank you, Sean the Black. Oh. Ay. Let's keep it pumping. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, ladies and gentlemen. Classic moving the goalpost. You already know, baby. You already know. I'm losing my fucking voice again. Every time I talk about Ethan, I lose my voice. It's so goddamn annoying. After today, I am swearing off of all Ethan content unless he just like says some heinous pro-Israel shit. Okay? 23 minutes in, Lamau. There's too much misinformation. The zone is flooded. Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
Capable of.
Liberals are some of the easiest to manipulate people on the fucking planet, dude.
Was I being manipulated?
Do we have an actual fucking I want to find an actual clip. I want to find an actual clip of like this one to see where the where he got this from, because this is probably a supercut directly from. Oh wow, look at this. Hasan manipulating liberals with context.
Wants to protect innocent life in this country, who proudly wants to protect the vulnerable, is that my party, we've got to do so much better of a job at earning the American people's trust back on this issue where they frankly just don't trust us.
Earning the American people's trust back on this issue. But Trump's take on abortion rights and reproductive.
Dude, he literally did the lib ass, we see you, we hear you. And of course, the dumbass liberals and mainstream media are like, oh my God, what a beautiful answer. That's what I heard from NPR this morning.
He articulated and defended Trump's position that it's good that abortion policies are being decided by the states and that democracy can be messy sometimes. But he talked about the issue in a much more articulate and compassionate way. And that has been a problem that the Republican Party more broadly has had. And he very clearly acknowledged that. He said the Republican Party has to do better about talking about this in a way that makes women's lives feel valuable and that they're part of this party.
I added another 100K on it.
They ate that shit up. That's all they... Dude, they're so stupid. Liberals are some of the easiest to manipulate people on the fucking planet, dude. Like, you can have a guy go on every podcast and be like, women are brood mares. They must be bred forcibly and violently. And if they ever dare to do anything but breed and stay in the kitchen, we should jail them and kill them. Okay? Like, you can have a guy like JD Vance say that every day. And then he goes on the main stage and he's like, we really have to do a good job of hearing women out. They have a lot of problems and we must solve them. And everyone's like, aw. You see that? He's a good guy. He changed his mind, actually. Was I wrong? Ethan, was I fucking wrong? Was I wrong? You dumb fuck? Do you have a disagreement with this statement? This is what I mean when I said he fucking clipped everything out of context. Asshole.
This whole time?
That was my fear anyway. Regardless of his true beliefs, that broke my trust in him. And I pretty much ended the show immediately. And
no, you ended the show because you are morally depraved on the issue of Israel-Palestine. And quite frankly, we're making a fucking fool of yourself. And everyone was yelling at you. And you couldn't fucking handle the heat. So you chose to get out of the kitchen. Except from what I've seen in the process of watching this context nuke, where I got to see some of the other things that you were saying privately behind your paywalled shows and some of the things that you were saying publicly in your non-paywalled shows that I wasn't paying attention to, it turns out there was a very valid reason as to why people were fucking getting mad at you, because you kept saying a bunch of insanely ahistorical nonsense in defense of Israel. Yeah, keep hiding behind the Instagram stories, coward. What happened?
I felt guilty for my participation in mainstreaming Hasan. And for that, I apologize. I should have done more research and I should have looked more deeply into who I was getting in bed with before they gave me chlamydia. Sorry, Hila. Over the past year since the show ended, I continue to watch Hasan platform, promote, and...
Why did you have this much energy during the debates? What do you mean? Oh, because I was terrified of Ethan's sex appeal and the way he carries himself. That analogy was gross, dude. Wait, did he say he made me? He just called you a clout shark and then he made me? Yeah, thanks, Ethan. Thanks for making me. Keep crying about why nobody fucking writes about you, and people keep writing about me in mainstream press and then fantasizing about how I'm probably paying a PR person. Yeah. I think this is why your community wanted you to watch this sooner in good faith, to call out Ethan on these takes sooner, not drama baiting. Happy to see all this called out finally. It sucks that it got tangled in drama slop. I mean, I think it's fine because in the process of me not watching, he just like unwinded. Yeah, Ethan Klein made me mainstream, dude. Thank you, Ethan Klein. When did Leftovers podcast start? Let's take a look. Leftovers podcast start date. So the original release of the Leftovers podcast was September 26, 2021. Okay, let's take a look at Sully Gnome, HasanAbi statistics from back then. Okay, how do I go all the way over there? It's just more. Available ranges 2021. Let's do December 2021. Oh, wow. I was peaking at 41,000, 43,000, 45,000. Interesting. So around the time when the podcast started, I already was raking in 30K, 36K average with 41,000 on 9-hour streams. Okay, that's interesting. But maybe he means he mainstreamed me, as in he got me a lot of mainstream coverage. Let's take a look at that. Let's look at Hasan Piker New York Times. Election 2020. Huh. Well, this is a whole year before Ethan Klein mainstream me. How did that happen? How Hasan Piker took over Twitch. 29-year-old progressive political commentator has risen to the top of the platform after 80 plus hours of live election coverage. Wow. Wait a minute. What the fuck? Wait, hold on. Hold on. No. Oh, wait, what is that? Is that me and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez playing Among Us? No. Control F for Ethan Klein. Wait, let me see. Maybe he's in this. Okay, he's not in this. I'm sure he's been in a New York Times article since then, though. Let's see. This is Life in the Metaverse. Okay. Ethan Klein in a New York Times article. The metaverse is the new frontier for trolling. One popular YouTuber named Ethan Klein streamed a session last month when he tried to be as sexually explicit as possible while surrounded by kids in the plaza. He got kicked out and barred for 2 hours. Well, thank you for mainstreaming me, man. That was sick. No, you did it. Yeah, it was you. Yo, shouts out, dude. I am your monster. You made me. You made me, Ethan. Thanks for making me, big dog. What is this? Google Trends? Wait. Ethan Klein is in the red. I'm in the blue. The one time he got over here was on, June 2021. Huh. I don't understand. I thought he was... Wait, hold on. What? AOC's Twitch Get Out the Vote efforts will help Democrats in 2020 and beyond. Huh, that's from 2020. That's also an entire year before I started the Leftovers podcast with Ethan Klein. I wonder... Wow, I can't believe I groomed Ethan Klein into making me. I can't believe I groomed Ethan Klein into fucking making me, dude. This stream is hilarious because I used to think you were malicious, but now I realize you're just dumb. I can't believe you don't see the amount of projection you've been doing so far. Yes, I'm dumb. I'm the dumb one here. You're getting your notes from the Vape Nation guy about Israel-Palestine, who keeps telling you wrong things and getting disproven over and over again. And there's a shit ton of malicious clips out of context that are proven to be completely out of context. But that's projection, as a matter of fact. Anyway, let's continue.
And propagandize terrorist organizations. And every time it happened on Twitch, I would say, man, this time surely he went too far and someone's got to do something. But as the time went on, nothing happened, and his view...
Okay, I'm a fan, but E clearly made you, brother. Let's be real. Shut the fuck up, tasered face. Taser-faced.
Views got more and more radical and more disturbing. I feel it's my obligation, after mainstreaming someone like Hasan, to take this on. And so, it was war.
He mainstreamed me. I'm glad he mainstreamed me. And then he killed my career with this fucking content, Nuke. Calling us on dumb in defense of Ethan is a choice. I mean, you know.
Nuclear war.
I stand before you following the footsteps of intellectual giants.
Yeah, he made me, and that's why I'm in. Look at all the places that I've been on. Thank God. Thank you, Ethan, for getting me on CNN and also in front of an audience in Cambridge.
One thing we've been hearing for weeks, but a simple man.
Now,
a simple man who understands right from wrong.
Yeah.
You're an important, influential voice to a lot of people.
I'm an idiot, I'm a dumb bimbo, I don't know what I'm talking about. I've gotten numb to criticism like this. It's not. As a matter of fact, I seek it out now because I make content out of it. I think it's funny and fun.
And there are baby settlers as well.
Can you just shut the fuck up, bloodthirsty, violent Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen. This was the intro? It took me 5 hours to get to the intro?
HQ, the marketing team is strategizing on a new advertising vertical.
My friends at Twitch headquarters, the executives, the influencers, Hasan, nice to see you, Frogan, front row. I am here to present to you an extraordinarily exciting opportunity. We have not tapped this market yet. Now don't panic, okay? Because you're gonna wanna panic when I tell you, but listen and learn. Who's billions of dollars, eager to spend it? And what, people are too cowardly to reach out and take the money?
Not us.
Terrorism. Terrorism. Twitch is perfect. You could broadcast it straight into the veins of 18 to 35-year-old men. So here's what I'm suggesting. Hasan Piker. Yeah, we'll get drinks after the show. No, you. He's such a great guy. No, you. Give it up for Hasan Piker, everybody. Happy birthday, buddy. This dude can package anti-Semitism and anti-Americanism.
Ooh, I can't wait for him to say how I package anti-Americanism. Who the fuck are you, Steven Crowder? Oh my God. Steven fucking Crowder over here. He's anti-American. I wonder if he's going to actually explain what is anti-Semitic thus far in my commentary. Maybe he'll get there.
Like nobody else. In fact, you guys got him on the front page. And he's doing terrorism for free. Basically, gentlemen, and gentle ladies, Frogan, you look good today, girl.
Babe?
Girl, you look good. Great job on that Arab tier list. That was good. How much we get for that? Yo, you got 10 million from Qatar for that? That's what I'm talking about.
Oh God, he's such a vile piece of shit. Are you? Oh God, what a funny joke, dude. What a funny joke. Hey, by the way, I never entertained this sort of shit. But if you just imagine the role reversal, okay? Imagine the fucking role reversal and how much he would lose his goddamn mind if someone were like, oh, Jews are paying for this, or oh, Israel is paying for this content. Oh, George Soros money. But again, double standard. Oh, Qatar is paying for this. What are you, fucking Benjamin Netanyahu? Yeah, the irony, he's crying about the music video being shown on Twitch. It's literally available on the platform that he's on, which is YouTube. But of course, he doesn't give a shit about that because he doesn't even care. The music video should not be fucking bannable anyway. But I'm not going to fight that battle with Twitch. I don't give enough of a shit to fight that battle with Twitch. An Israeli VPN company paid for the vid. ExpressVPN, right? I think he deleted that part. I heard.
Talking about Twitch. Here's the thing. With help from people like Hasan, terrorism is like in the eyes of the beholder, right?
By the way, I do want to mention something, but for months and months, he edited this video avoiding his family, talking about how his back was hurting and shit. And this is the fucking final product. It's horrible. That's number one. Number two, you don't get it. Working with the ADL, anti-Semitism funded by Qatar, fine. Exactly. Yeah, this is the guy who fucking freaked out because he took credit for getting ADL's attention to pressure Twitch to ban content creators. And then he thought that it was a bridge too far to make the inference that he put out there. Okay. But he's over here being like, oh yeah, for the record, you are you're funded by Qatar. Haha.
They're not terrorists. They're... Go ahead.
I get why he lost his mind though. He spent so many fucking months making this video and then like it didn't even put a dent. And then I went and all of the interviews that I'd conducted before this context nuke came out finally started being released piece by piece. That must have hurt. Like that must have fucking hurt him so bad. One, it flopped in the sense that look at the fucking Keemstar shit.
Hey, man.
Being a major reminder that, like, it's over. You know what I mean? Like, it's over. Look at the content. Look at the content nuke on Keemstar. 8.4 million views 4 years ago. His video, the content nuke, his video didn't even get Becoming the Zuck featuring iDubbbz. His video didn't get the same amount of views as his like throwaway meme video that he did with fucking iDubbbz 4 years in the past. And then he just kept losing his mind over and over again. Like, why does nobody care? Why does nobody care? Why does nobody care? It goes from 3 months ago to 4 years ago. I know. Imagine fucking bringing your channel back for this, losing a bunch of subscribers in the process because they forgot that they were subscribed to you to begin with. And the fucking video itself just flops. And your target for the video literally gets no motion, with the exception of like every dumb fuck HasanAbi hater on the planet that already was going to entertain any fuck Hasan video, and you barely get 3.4 million views on it. What a fucking flop, dude. Oh my God. What is this? Currently sitting at minus 50,000. Oof. Oof. Yes, because it's not funny. If anything, it's doing relatively well for something that's just not funny. Yes, it's doing relatively well for something that's just not funny because there are a shit ton of fucking losers online who have also, in a similar fashion to Ethan Klein, basically broken their brains into believing whatever kind of insane nonsense someone has hallucinated about me online that they saw on their periphery, and then go, I need more of this fuck Hasan content. I need a steady flow of fuck Hasan content. Yeah, he got Denims to go from 1K viewers to 10K in the process. Mike from PH tripled. I know. It's kind of sad.
Go ahead. He knows. Freedom fighters, guys. We are fighting.
I think this is why people were saying he's straight up defaming you. You genuinely have a case. I don't give a fuck.
For freedom. What about the rapes and the murders? Don't mention that. What's wrong with you? And another one. The resistance isn't
not
perfect. Right? You gotta crack some eggs, man. Hasan, you know Socialism didn't buy you that car.
If I knew that this...
Wait. Bro, you guys want to know something kind of sad? After I leased that Porsche, Ethan went and got the same one. Isn't that crazy? He went and he bought the exact same car as me. And now he's like, socialism is when nice car. Got him. He's just burning through all the anti-Hasan talking points at this point. All right, respect. If I knew this is what communism would look like, yeah, Stalin would be so disappointed in me.
This is what communism would be in 2024. I wouldn't have bothered with this shit. Really. A Porsche is the symbol of the capitalist excess.
Brother, what is the beacon of fucking communism right now, carrying the torch of communism globally? The Chinese Party of Communism. There is no better version of excess abundance while still maintaining a transitional socialist state than literally China. What the fuck are you talking about? The USSR is dead. It is a fucking dead kleptocracy that is doing endless warfare for the sake of nothing but to entertain the weak and dying last-ditch effort of a madman sitting on the throne of a dying empire who's fantasizing about like a Duganist expansion, okay? Meanwhile, look at fucking China. Have you seen BYD? Have you seen Yangwang? Have you seen the Dongfeng missiles? Xiaomi! Oh my God.
What the fuck is he thinking? You guys actually believe this idiot is a socialist? Forget a religion. Hasan is the opiate of the masses. Straight to the gulag for anyone subbed to this idiot.
Or that designer dog?
This breed's stunning fluffy coat comes with a price. Chow Chows shed all your...
Very cute, by the way, but those are expensive. The point is, we have the biggest political streamer.
Yo, you see this? Hey, you see this shit? Guy, get over here. Get over here. You seeing this? Motherfucker talking shit, saying you're expensive. Saying you're goddamn expensive, dude. Socialism means you can't have dog. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's probably because he's never encountered a dog that doesn't poop everywhere, right, Kaya? Is that what it is? He's never seen a well-trained doggy. So he thinks, oh, this dog must have cost $1 million. Oh, oh, my baby. My baby. Oh, you don't poop in the house. That's right. You're so good. Well, you used to. You used to poop in the house all the time, but you don't anymore because you're well read. You got a PhD. And not pooping in the house. Anyway. All right, that was a Kaya break. Oh, good girl. Kaya, please. She's shedding. It's shedding season right now. It's pretty crazy.
Coat come.
Those are expensive. The point is, we have the biggest political streamer on our platform that is influencing media and influencing young kids.
Don't worry, brother. The biggest political streamer on the platform just fell through his fucking addict and is actually a massive fan of yours and is a right-wing reactionary. So you got your fucking wish, Ethan. Actually, as a matter of fact, he was the biggest political streamer on the platform while you made this video, which is really interesting because he'd said a bunch of heinous shit already, things that you're supposed to be against, you know? Anyway, oh God, I'm so bored. All right,
Fuck the U.S. Navy. You know how much those guys don't pay shit.
Okay, yeah, U.S. Navy, Houthis.
You see the Army ads on Twitch? The Army is fucking broke,
dude. I'll tell you who loves America more than the Army. Qatar. Well, I don't know if love's the right word, but they're paying more.
What is this like anti-Qatar shit? This is like only fucking pro-Israel weirdos say negative things about Qatar. Qatar is like the Switzerland of the Gulf. They're not exactly fucking pro-Palestine either. You're just saying that because of Al Jazeera, you fucking racist Israeli-ass motherfucker. Classic. This is literally racist Israeli commentary at this point. This is not even like racist American Zionist commentary. This is straightforward shit that racist Israelis say, okay? What the fuck? The idea that it's like, oh, this is Qatar funding. This is Qatar funding. Oh my God. Oh my Lord, dude. Yeah, Qatar is supposed to be the neutral area that, you know, people can do negotiations with these dirty Arab dogs, the monstrous, barbaric rapists that are Arabs, of course. I wonder where he got this. This is not even a liberal Zionist point, I think, for the record. Like, people that say Qatar is funding this, Qatar is funding that, are not liberal Zionists. They're ultra Zionists.
Good CPMs coming out of Qatar.
By the way, how many of my chatters have so far lost faith in me because they found some really damaging new information here? Hey, you do speak highly of organizations declared terrorist by the USA. Aw, you fucking got his ass. Okay, if I were to respond to people, I think I would probably spend too much time. I'm unsubscribing now. Subscribe to me right now if your opinion has been reaffirmed by seeing all of the radical, monstrous stuff that I've done so far, like having a random dude that I despise, who is a clout shark that fucking harassed Ethan, that he just unfairly associated with me. Subscribe right now to show how much this worked. Okay, it seems like it didn't work, Ethan. Holy fuck. Twitch Primes are free, by the way. All the Qatari donations rolling in. Fucking rolling in, baby. Bankroll by Qatar. Woo! Sheesh! Sheesh! Oh. God damn. Bro, the only damaging info here is that you're only 30 minutes into the video. I know. Well, chat is fucking going nutty mode right now.
Well, you kids love anime, right? Can't get enough of it. I mean, look at what we've already done with Hasan. You're the fucking man, dude. Happy birthday again.
Okay, this is going for so long. Yes. What is this? Houthi pirate, get to the meat and bones. Wait, is this the format? I know a lot of you already watched this, but is this how he packages this entire segment? Like his criticisms? Because I don't want to miss like anything severe. I don't want him to say that like I'm skipping because I'm scared. This entire segment is like this. The rest of the video is like this. Oh my God, I just realized what Ethan's plan was all along. I was suspecting that he was going to probably try to like hit me with a DMCA while I was watching it live so he could be like, haha, I fucked you over or something. But it turns out he wants me to kill myself. He wants me to endure some of the most bottom of the barrel, washed in fucking 2014 ass commentary and editing, so that if I go through a 4-minute segment of this, I will probably end up killing myself or just simply die. As a matter of fact, I'm not even like kill myself physically, but just die from the pure horror. Oh my God, that was his goal all along. Ethan Klein wants to kill. Ethan Klein wants me to die. Okay, he wants me to die by watching this fucking slop. Oh
man, no, we got a big party for you after. No, don't do it. Let's wait, because we got a big party and a cake and everything for you after in the back.
Okay. Yeah. I'm dangerous, radical, and they love me.
This Houthi pirate. I mean, who are you kidding? This guy's a fucking terrorist. He literally tweeting out.
He's a terrorist because he tweeted this out. Interesting. He tweeted this out, so he must be a terrorist. Except Ethan recently called for help from a Hen Mazig. Do you guys know who Hen Mazig is? By the way, if we're calling motherfuckers terrorists for tweets, I mean, what do you say to someone who actually went in and participated in an illegal raid in occupied Palestinian territory? What would that do? Because around the same age, one is from Yemen, the poorest country on the planet. This person who has only seen death and destruction his entire fucking life. Death and destruction caused, by the way, by the American-backed Saudi and UAE coalition forces that, and you might not know this because you're Ethan Klein and you don't know anything about politics, fucking Al-Qaeda, for the record. Al-Qaeda. That's who our arms that we were giving to Saudi Arabia, that's where the arms were going to in Yemen. Al-Qaeda. Ethan might know what Al-Qaeda is, you know? Why was Al-Qaeda getting American arms? Oh, to kill people like Rashid, to kill people in Sanaa, to actually implement a massive fucking starvation regime. But of course, there's not a starvation regime where Muslims are in the fucking crosshairs that Ethan doesn't like. He loves that shit. Ooh. His arguments are so bad, I'm starting to think you paid him Qatari money to have a year-long crash show so you could have an easy layup debate. Let's see. You know what's really funny? A big part of the fucking America Deserve 9/11 commentary was around this. This is some fucking old school ball here for ball knowers. When I said the America Deserve 9/11 comment, okay, America Deserve 9/11 comment. What is this? I would betray you personally for basically nothing. There are no self-hating Jews. They actually love themselves so much they're willing to betray their own people for clout. Yeah. Okay. So one of my angriest moments when I was responding to Dan Crenshaw, where he's talking about like how we must continue giving arms to Saudi Arabia as it was doing a genocide in Yemen, okay, against the Houthis, for the record, against the Ansar Allah movement, against the Houthis. So, interestingly enough, Saudi Arabia was using some of its militant factions in Yemen. You know who that militant faction was in Yemen that Saudi Arabia was using? That's right. It was Al-Qaeda. Saudi Arabia and its coalition partners have transferred American made weapons to Al-Qaeda-linked fighters, hardline Salafi militias, and other factions waging war in Yemen in violation of their agreements with the United States, a CNN investigation has found. Yeah. This was what was going on in Yemen, by the way. 12 million facing famine as conflict rages in Yemen. This was Rashid's friends and family. This is the experience that he knew. This was 6 years ago. Okay? 6 years ago, this is what was going on as Saudi Arabia was waging an insane war against the Houthis in Yemen. Okay? Utilizing Al-Qaeda, using American bombs, using American targeting systems, and destroying school buses. Remember when they blew up that school bus with American targeting systems? Anyway, this is the environment that Rashid grew up in. Rashid al-Haddad grew up in.
Were killed as they attempted to flee the Yemeni port city of Hodeidah.
Yeah, this is also terrorist media, by the way. Ansar Allah media, terrorist media, CNN exclusive, using terrorist media. They're terrorists. They're terrorism.
The site of an existential struggle between the US-backed coalition and the Tehran-backed Houthi rebels. As ever in war, the victims are too often innocents caught in the crossfire.
As scrutiny grows around allegations of the Saudi Crown Prince's involvement in the disappearance of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi, criticism is growing around MBS, as he's known's other great recklessness.
Anyway, yeah, this is what he knew, okay? This is the environment that Rashid al-Haddad grew up in. This fucking kid who's 19 years old, who says he supports the Houthis. He is not a Houthi. His last name is not al-Houthi. He's not a part of the Houthi family. He's not a part of the Ansar Allah militancy. He says he is a supporter of Houthis. Remember, and for the record, no mainstream media outlet has actually called Rashid al-Haddad a Houthi terrorist. Just something to take note of. And that is because in my interview, he said he is not a Houthi. He is a supporter of Houthis, that he is Yemeni. Okay? He is from Yemen. That's it. Not even Fox News did that. Let's watch Ethan Klein outflank Fox News alongside the rest of the drama slop tubers that don't know anything about anything, as a matter of fact. Let's take a look.
To kill Jews and put their heads on pikes. And somehow, not somehow, because...
No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that to Jews. He said Zionists. But, okay.
His genius.
You're the one who keeps making this conflation, Ethan. Interesting.
We have rebranded the Houthi fucking pirates, the Houthi terrorist organization. Yeah, the Islamic fundamentalists. Death to America, curse upon the Jews. That's right. That's the Jolly Roger of this man here. None other than Monkey D. Luffy. So let's get out there, guys. And let's make 2025 our biggest year, guys. Come on, guys.
I can't believe that. Yeah. Oh, when I played this, he lost his mind. Remember when I tried to play this, by the way? Here was Rashid al-Haddad making a video. May the peace, blessings be upon you. Of course, I have received many questions. What if the Jews decide to return to Yemen? Will we allow them or not? Of course, it is normal. We, the Yemenis, extend our hand in peace. Yemen is allowed for anyone who lives in it. Our problem is not with the Jews. Our enemies are the Zionists. The enemies of Palestine are our enemies. If the Jews decide to return to Yemen, then it is normal. It is above our heads in Yemen. Any person who wants to come to Yemen is above our heads. And we have no problem with this. This is a message to the Jews. I hope it reaches them. Of course, thank the foreigners and the Jews who stood up with the foreigners. The amount of times he's clarified himself is ridiculous. I would like to clarify that any Jewish person, Christian, or Jew... the Zionist tries to hide behind the Christians or the Jew or the innocent, and we understand everything. There are Jews with us and there are Christians with us. When we say Zionist, we do not mean the innocent Jew or the innocent Christian. We mean the ones who kill children. I would like to make it clear that I did not say that I hate the Jews, but I hate every Zionist who kills children, even if he's a Muslim and does what Israel does. We will all be against them. Think about how fucking crazy it is and how dominant America is as a force, that we're making that all of these people were fucking freaking out over this dude and having him post clarification posts, okay? Clarification posts. Yeah, they say he's lying. He doesn't give a fuck. He's from Yemen, dumbass. He could be dead any moment. What the fuck do you mean he's lying? You think he has the same perspective that you and I have? Okay? You think he gives a shit? Like, the banner, I did not mean the Jews but the Zionists. Do not confuse everyone. I respect every Muslim Jew who stands for the truth. I will do everything I can to protect him. Okay? I am not a terrorist. I am a Yemeni citizen. I do not want war. I want peace. And just as I love peace in my homeland, I love Palestine to be free as it was. And you also want peace. So why does the war and siege on Palestine not stop? The question here is, who is the real terrorist? Yemeni citizen who stands with Palestine. This was Destiny's Community trying to fucking get him to say that he is a Houthi terrorist. Okay? The idea that you think a 19-year-old in Yemen is afraid of being fucking canceled by Ethan Klein and like sex pestiny orbiters is so stupid. The Ansar Allah banner literally says a curse upon the Jews. I don't think these are guys who care about the optics of the situation. Maybe. You know? Like, they don't care about the optics. If they did, they would have changed the banner a long time ago. Okay? They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. Above our heads is an idiom, which means with our full respect, by the way. Yeah.
No, I am just a Yemeni citizen who stands with Palestine.
Rashid al-Haddad rejects slanderous anti-Semitism allegations against him. We do not hate the Jews. We respect every Jew Christian who stands with Palestine. We do not confuse them with... Like, they couldn't get what they wanted out of this Twitter Spaces thing that they did. So they went and pushed to ban him. Oh, this was a funny one. I think if this is the one I'm thinking. Yeah. This is... This was awesome.
I thank Klein.
Oh, that's so good. Tell him, Rashid. Tell him, Rashid al-Haddad. Now, I want to clarify some things about this, okay? Now that you have a little bit better of an understanding of what the environment he grew up in, okay? Because I'm sure Ethan is going to fucking invest heavily into dumping as much misinformation as possible here.
Guys, the resistance isn't perfect. The resistance isn't perfect. Yeah, let's get them. If you want to know where on the political spectrum Hasan sits, take a look at a recent media analysis by Ad Fonte.
Oh, Ad Fonte says so. Let's take a look at Ad Fonte's perspective. Joe Rogan, center right. Okay. Ad Fonte's put me at contains misleading information, and as much as a leftist Infowars, basically Infowars OAN. This is where Ad Fonte's placed me. Now, if Ad Fonte's is placing me there, why the fuck does the New York Times or CNN or any number of different actual fucking news outlets that Ethan, I'm sure, relies on for reliable journalism, why the fuck do those journalists actually sit in here in this chat? Or why the fuck do those journalists actually come to me and say, hey, you do a lot with disinformation and dispelling the right-wing radicalization that happens online. Can we please get your commentary on this issue? I wonder if Ad Fonte's is more reliable in this than, I don't know, virtually every fucking mainstream institution. That's weird. Well, surely they can't be that biased, right? After all, they put the New York Post above MSNBC. They put the New York Post in terms of news value and reliability. Let's look at GBN, which is the British Fox News, is above the Rolling Stone and Pod Save America and the New Republic. GBN is above the fucking above the Rolling Stone. Definitely not biased. Definitely not weird. The Sun is in the center and also has the same level of reliability as Salon. Pew Research Center, USA Facts, the TB top, unbiased, and the most reliable. Check the latest. Look who's above you. He's apparently more reliable. Who's above me? Joe Rogan is above me, which is really weird because a big part of what I do is to address the stupidity of Joe Rogan. Who's above me? What is this? Destiny. I wonder how this happened. I wonder how this happened. I wonder. Epoch Times is up here, dude. Epoch Times. Do you understand how fucking insane it is to put Epoch Times here? I know for many of you who are not super invested in media criticism, which for the record, I am. This is my job. This is literally my job. The fact that they put Epoch Times here above someone like myself is insane. Okay, they put Barstool Sports above me. It feels like they might have a fucking agenda, or maybe they're an unbiased, unvarnished look into the truth. Like Epoch Times is QAnon, chatters. Do you understand? They do QAnon commentary. Newsmax does QAnon commentary. Breitbart used to have a black crime tab. The Daily Wire is over here. Fox News is more reliable than Democracy Now! And Jacobin. Okay? What the fuck is this? Reason Magazine, a libertarian outlet, and The Sun, which is a dish rag. Okay? The Sun is basically like The Mirror, or basically like New York Post. The fact that it's up here on the list, above the likes of even the Daily Beast, and at the same level of reliable information as 60 Minutes, is some of the most psychotic things I've ever seen. This is the most right-wing slanted list of all fucking time. But of course, if you don't know anything and you just look at this, you're like, oh, well, fucking owned, I guess.
Rated Hasan as the most extreme left-wing, untrustworthy media source on the internet. And to give you an idea, he is opposite of InfoWars. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you.
Oh, Ad Fonte said so. So I guess the New York Times was like, or the CNN, New York Times, NBC, all these outlets, they simply didn't watch the context, Nuke, and they simply were oblivious to the Ad Fontes media designation. That's what happened. Oh, God, how do these journalists not take a look at the fucking tier list that some random dipshit made? Oh shit, we got dono matching for QD Kaya. Donation match activated for an hour, $500 dono. We're at $159,000.
Tell you that Hasan loves all terrorists. But what I will say is that there isn't many he don't like. Let's start with our good friend Luffy here and his organization.
I do not love Israel, and I do not love the terrorism of America. So no, this is untrue.
The Houthis.
And yes, this is what it looks like. They are hiling Hitler.
The Houthis are an Islamic military group. They're known for their cruel measures, forcibly recruiting child soldiers, shelling civilian areas, and blocking food from entering already famine-ruined parts of Yemen. They've also set up landmines in agricultural spots, making the fields virtually worthless. Women have virtually no rights, and homosexuality, of course, is punishable by...
Bro, did he say the Houthis are doing the Roman salute like they're doing the Hitler salute? Is that what he said? Yeah, dude. You're right. They all have, you see that, guys? Once again, they have the copy of Mein Kampf. The Houthis, they have the copy of Mein Kampf. They are sick heiling for Adolf Hitler. They are sick heiling for Adolf Hitler. Everybody knows. Look at the Houthis.
And yes, this is what it looks like. They are hiling Hitler.
The Houthis are an Islamic...
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, they're fucking, that's what they're doing. Yeah, they learned anti-Semitism from reading Culture of Critique, I heard. And then they got really invested in Reddit. Like, and They went on a deep dive into the dark side of the internet, and then lo and behold, they were all radicalized like some dumb fuck teenager in America. Yeah, they definitely are a big Adolf fans. Oh my God. I'm with you, but what's the counterpoint to the curse of Jews bit on the flag? I'm going to explain it, but I'm not going to actually explain it myself. I'm going to use the words of Norm Finkelstein, which Ethan loves talking about. Okay, so there's a couple things that you need to understand that many of you are completely oblivious to, because why the fuck should you know? You usually come here to learn about the news and about political conflicts around the world, and I'm here to explain it to you. I have already described this in a little bit of detail earlier, but the Houthis were in an extended conflict. The Houthis were in an extended conflict. They're Zaidi Shias, okay? And they were in an extended conflict with American Western-backed coalition forces led by Saudi Arabia and UAE, okay?
Islamic military group. They're known for their cruel
They're Islamic military group, okay?
measures. Forcibly
They're known for their cruel measures, okay? Cruel measures such as what? Fucking striking Tel Aviv. Yemen army removes 300,000 Houthi landmines in liberated areas.
Spots, making the field
I don't know where that article is from, but I suspect that a lot of the actual fucking articles are coming from Saudi-backed news outlets with very little veracity or interest for real information. Now, one might ask the question, why would the Saudis actually write propaganda about the Houthis? Well, that's because they were killing the Houthis. That's because they were starving the entirety of Yemen. This is from ArabNews.com. Yemen army removes 300,000 Houthi landmines in liberated areas. This is a Saudi Arabian outlet, okay? So an outlet that is literally an outlet that is personally invested in the continuation of the man-made famine in Yemen, okay? Just so you understand. What actually is a salute to the uneducated? I think it could be a bit weird. I'm trying to be earnest in my question. I don't know. I don't know what the fucking reason is, but I suspect it's not because of I suspect it has nothing to do with fucking Adolf Hitler or the Nazis. I've described this before. A lot of people don't understand this, but on that part of the world, they don't fucking give a shit about Adolf Hitler, okay? That's not in their lexicon. That's not in their worldview. That's not in their ideology. Is there anti-Semitism around in that part of the world? Absolutely. But it's not the same anti-Semitism that you see in the Western world. There's no Nazi anti-Semitism in these places, okay? Every now and then you'll actually find like a fascinated Indian man who has like an insane name or some shit. But it is most likely just a military salute that you see all around the world that isn't directly related to Nazi Germany at all. In any case, yeah. I had to make a gesture exactly like this, the oath of allegiance, when I turned 18. It was required to enlist in the Brazilian army. Yeah, there's the Mexican salute as well. Anyway. Can you explain the difference between this and the Elon thing? Yes, Elon is in the United States of America, where anyone that does that salute in the United States of America is very clearly doing that to fucking say that they love Adolf Hitler. What the fuck? Yes, if you see this in the Western world, if you see this in Ukraine, if you see this in places where like that are a part of the Western sphere of influence, then they abso-fucking-lutely are doing this as a Nazi salute. This dum-dum with a cited Der Stürmer during the Holocaust? Yeah. So, Arab News, the English language daily newspaper published in Saudi Arabia. It is published from Riyadh. The target audiences of the paper, which is published in broadcast sheet format, are business people, executives, and